Chelsea, actually Chucha we used to call you, didn't you? That was your nickname.
Cha-cha.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
It's been like 4 years.
4 years. Well, when did you leave our family?
When I was 9 or 8.
9. So you're now...
Going to be 20 in April.
So like 11 years really that we haven't had like a proper catch up. So then you went into a hostel at 16, which is crazy.
It was crazy. It's a massive lesson learned. I learned a lot.
So you're still there now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in a shared house with about 4 other people. I lived there for 3 years.
Right.
And then I moved into another hostel.
So when you lived there for the 3 years, did you have like a social worker that would come and see you, or?
I was allocated a social worker, but my social worker never made contact with me. It was so hard to... He just didn't engage with me at all. He literally neglected me. Like, he put me in a hostel knowing I'm 16 and I needed support.
Yeah.
And obviously, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to pay rent. I didn't know how to go food shopping and budget my money. And I didn't know, like, what was the next steps.
Yeah.
And I needed that social worker just to guide me. But obviously, being 16, you're at a very vulnerable age.
Completely.
Like, you don't know who you are. Probably not a lot of people know who they are at that age. And they don't know, like, they want to experiment. They want to see, like, what's what. Obviously, you meet people. You see what they're doing. Obviously, people want to try new things. But it doesn't mean you lead down that path.
What made you stop yourself from going down a path which probably would have been really easy to take?
I didn't want to take the easy route, basically. I didn't want to give up on myself because I can't do that unless, like, no one else is going to do it for me. Nobody else is going to, get my education. Nobody else is going to go work for me. No one else is going to pay my rent and put food in my cupboards and do what I have to do. So you have to do it yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, then you're basically setting yourself up to fail. And I don't want to be a failure. Like, you need to succeed in life. You need to become somebody. Although whatever you go through, it doesn't, like, you can't let what you go through determine who you are as a person, basically. And I'm not going to let what I've gone through determine me as a person. It doesn't matter if you've gone through care. I understand life is hard and everybody faces things every day. Like, living a day, like, getting by even a day is hard for certain people. But I just can't let that, put something in front of me and say, I'm not going to become this person just because I've had a bad upbringing. Like, nothing is going to stop me from, coaching children. I want to coach, football, like, teaching people how to play football, coaching kids. I love kids. I like being around kids. I have 7 brothers and 1 sister.
What?
Yes.
Because obviously one of your brothers Cameron was with us.
Yes.
I didn't know you had so many others.
Yeah, and I'm the eldest.
Kids that my mum's looked after, they walk around, and I completely understand why they do, but they walk around negative and angry with the world. And I get that, of course. Like, I almost feel like, sorry, because I get really emotional, because
It's all right, Lil.
but I almost feel guilty, because I feel like you're with us for so long, and I just feel guilty because I feel like I've gone on and I've lived like this amazing privileged life, and like you were in our family for so long, and I've gone on and I've lived this amazing privileged life and done all these things, and I was none the wiser. Sorry, I'm only crying, but I'm so happy that I've seen you. But regardless of all of this, you're like, well, you just got to get on with it. And you don't realise how amazing you are as a person, because a lot of people wouldn't just get on with it. A lot of people bury their head in the sand and, get themselves in trouble and things like that. And you've been very strong.
I've learnt lessons, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, for you to understand people from a different point of view, you have to go through certain stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And I have gone through certain stuff just for me to understand how certain people can feel about certain situations, so I can not just to relate to them, but just have an understanding that you're not alone as well. I've been down the same path. Like, it's hard, but at the same time we just gotta get. It's easier said than doing.
Yeah, but you've got to look out for yourself.
For me to say this, but at the same time, I've felt stuff,
Yeah.
I've felt low at times and very depressed and upset and not knowing what to do and not knowing who to turn to at the same time. But
I bet there's been times where you've hit rock bottom and you've probably thought, what the hell is this about?
Literally, but
And I know that from talking to other ones, as well, like other kids that have been in our care that have gone on, they've got in trouble with the law and things like that. And it's like, I think sometimes people are very quick to judge and go like,
it's true,
and
it's
dismiss people and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, if ever you walked in their shoes.